Hey guys, okay, so we're on chapter 5. She's gone. Mizuno's gone. Even her body is gone. Her remains vanished without a trace. Almost as if all that never happened to begin with. Monokuma said he cleaned up that troublesome corpse. Does this mean we're not even allowed to grieve over Mizuno and Kurata? Life here is like one big cruel prank or a horrible nightmare. Huzzah! Welcome back to Monokuma Theater. We're here to party till you puke in full cause. CMYK. I don't know what that means. Just like this wondrous page. Hold on, there's no crisp CN. No majestic magenta, no yummy yellow. There's only K. But no, it's not okay. This page is only black and white. I'm calling the publisher right now. What's the big idea? I thought my contract said the first page of every volume was supposed to be Monokuma Theater in color. What? You gave it to that kid moping in the shower? Yeah, I know I'm black and white. Your point being, don't hung up on me. That's pronounced CMYK. By the way, not simp. For those of you who didn't get the joke. This is an educational manga after all. There's more things to laugh about than just murder. Even though you gotta admit, murder is pretty funny. Oop oop oop. The shows aren't blocking out access to the second floor anymore. I presume we're expected to carry out our game of murder upstairs. Actually, I was thinking maybe no one else would have to die if we work together to find the... Then what will you have us do? Simply obey the rules of the game. You must successfully deceive your fellow classmates if you hope to seize victory. What are the choices there? Drop it. Your incessant prowl about working together did not prevent murder the first time. It will be easier still for the next person to turn on us. You mean we have to go after each other? But I don't want to kill anyone. Cool, the girls' locker room is set up like a workout center. Isn't this great, Sakura? Very. I have been in a need of a workout. What's it like in the boys' lockers? Okay, so to enter the locker room, I have to press my e-handbook against the card reader. If I remember right, the handbooks issued to guys will only open the boys' locker room. It worked. Yeah, we've got weight training equipment, dude. This school sure goes all out, doesn't it? Wow. Not that I'm likely to use any of this stuff. I'd never really bulk up, even if I worked out. But I think you look pretty buff, Naegi. Where the heck did that come from, Fujisaki? I've always thought muscular builds were awesome, but I'm about as unimpressive as a guy can get. Maybe I should start weight training. And that's your dream physique? I wanna toughen up. I'm just so weak and frail as I am now. I wonder if anyone would be willing to give me a hand. Don't you can join us, Fujisaki. 'Twould be a pleasure, Fujisaki. Sorry! She didn't have to run away. Maybe she thought you'd crush her. I do not take your meaning, Naegi. Have you noticed Fujisaki acts all standoffish with us girls but turns on the charm with guys? Is it just that she likes it when guys fawn over her? I bet Fujisaki's a seductress. That doesn't really match my image of her. If only I had a cup of milk tea. Yamada, will you be a dear and make some? Of all the people here, you had to pick me to ask. I hope this is to your liking. Disgusting. What the heck do you make this with? Swine pea? Squee. You must brew the tea in milk for me to so much as consider it royal milk tea. Squee, please forgive me, your majesty. Some real relationships are starting to form. That is why I am calling you a coward, for your undisciplined delinquent behavior stems from none other than cowardice. You have already lost to yourself, so what you think you've got? Iron balls? A backbone of steel? You talk tough, but show me what you're made of. It's about time we saw who's the bigger man around here. Whoa, break it up, guys. Hey, Naegi, you can be our witness at the bell. This place has guy sauna, right? Yes, like this precisely. Sauna Endurance Showdown. I'm supposed to witness this? Oh my gosh. And I'll give you a handicap by wearing my uniform out throughout the match. But you shall surely perish. Wanna quit, chicken? An hour later. Owada, I am willing to laugh off the nonsense about your uniform if you remove it now. Worry about yourself. Your face is like a roasted tomato. Another hour later. Guys, I'm taking off, okay? Yeah, go on back to your room. We'll report the results tomorrow. The next day. I have never dreamed that things would take such a wild turn. Ha 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 ha. They've been acting creepy all morning. Creepy? It's wonderful, ain't that right, bro? Quality time has bonded us, right, brother? How did it lead to this? It looks like Togami and Fukawa haven't arrived yet. Yes. What if they ain't in any position to join us for breakfast? Like that time when Mizuno didn't show up? Let's look for them. Something might have happened. Fukawa, what are you doing out here? We've been looking for you. What's with the crowd? Do you know where Togami is? Keep your voices down. He's trying to read. Jeez, and here I was actually worried about. Fukawa, what are you doing? A bumbling clod like you could never understand how I feel. Hey woman, you there? Yes? You're an eyesore. Get out of my sight immediately and take a bath while you're at it, you weak. Fukawa? Togami can be such a jerk. Naegi, did you hear that? Huh? He's concerned about my welfare. He told me to go take a bath. I'm about to pull out the horny, hammer and finish her off. Yeah, I'm gonna go wash off 16 years worth of filth. I don't get that, girl. Are you still dining together like bosom buddies? It never ceases to amaze me how you can waste time on that charade. Meanwhile, I made a valuable discovery. The Academy's database was backed up on this laptop. The insight it provides is most intriguing. Sorry. You came across something? Let me see. Fujisaki. When it comes to computers, I'm pretty sure I can be of some help. Well, I'd expect no less from the ultimate programmer. Found it. Notice from Hope's Peak Academy. It has been decided to shut down the school. This step was deemed necessary after the biggest, most hopeless event in human history last year. The Academy should reopen in the near future once the issues are resolved. Wait, Hope's Peak Academy was shut down? That can't be right. It didn't look deserted when I first arrived at the gate. The biggest, most awful, most hopeless event in human history. Did anything that terrible happen last year? Nothing is coming to mind. Perhaps the incident was swept under the rug. I may not know what happened, but it's clear that the mastermind claimed the deserted halls of Hope's Peak Academy to create the stage for this murderous game. The rest of the files are locked. If you don't mind, I'm gonna try cracking them in my room. I'm afraid the mastermind is far more powerful than any of us anticipated. So what if he is? It's not every day you get to participate in such a suspenseful game. You may as well enjoy the experience. How the heck is this a game? Don't let me catch you spewing that again. We're all friends here, friends, quite the opposite. We're opponents, striving to undermine one another. Each of you voted for Kuwata's guilt at the trial. You essentially condemned him to death, yet you still harp on about friendship? Unbelievable. Togami, that's not how we see it. The mastermind made us vote. Who knows what he would have done if we refused? You may say that we sentenced him, but ultimately it was the mastermind that killed Kuwata, not us. We should stand together and direct all of our hatred for this terrible situation right back at the mastermind. Of all the nerve, Monokuma! Oh, how shameless! Oh, how unwilling to accept responsibility! An ostrich with its head buried in the sand, transparent as a jellyfish. I could see these mixed metaphors a mile away. Roundup time. Now why y'all gotta be such party poopers? It's friendship this and camaraderie that. What I don't get is why you want to get back to normal anyway. What's wrong with some violent death? Don't y'all remember the way shonen manga used to be before they got full of voice heads exploding, guts bursting, people's nerves getting ripped out and stuff? You're living the dream here, kids. Are you here to coerce another murder out of us? Don't underestimate the strength of our bonds. That was so beautiful. Yeah, whatever. Alright, I tried eloquence, but it's clear what you need to kill again is a new oven fresh batch of motive. What say ya read about? All students pep talk in the gym. Your painfully humiliating dark past. Now those are full of dirt I dug up on y'all of my lonesome, embarrassing memories, things y'all would rather forget. Go on, open them up. What the heck? Yeah, how did you find out about this? Oop, oop, oop. Impressive, ain't it? And that's just a taste. You have 24 hours. If I don't get a kill or anybody before then, I'm gonna reveal this information to the outside world. I sure don't want word of this getting out, but wait, there's no way we kill over something this trivial. Well, if that's the way you feel, I got a nice van rigged up with a PA system and about 10,000 copies of these envelopes to toss. 23 hours, 59 minutes. This is dumb. No way. I hope this doesn't lead to anything. It's impossible to gauge how much weight someone else places on their past. I'll be okay. There won't be any more murders. Naegi. Hey kid, get up away. Morning, Naegi. Rise and shine. Monokuma. Like it, personal wake-up call. I'm thinking about adding a turn-down service in the evening. Maybe a chocolate on the pillow. Oh, did I push the wrong button? Sorry, I'm not your cute little sister or old friend. What are you going on about? Get out of my room. Say, are you sure it's wise to sleep in? It looks like something's happened to one of your classmates. Guys! Naegi, did you hear? It's just us though. Where's everyone else? We're still waiting on them. It would appear Monokuma has spoken to you as well. What was in those envelopes? Is it really enough motive to... Let's go look. Something might have happened. Oh, hey kids. The doors are currently unlocked for investigation purposes. Please feel free to look around to your heart's content. For investigate purposes, and that sells it. As I suspected, a murder has taken place. It doesn't seem that anyone has searched the locker rooms yet. It's suspicious, so very suspicious. Wouldn't you agree? Yeah, but... Togami, that's the girls' locker room. I mean, only girls... Fujisaki! What's going on? I heard a scream. Wow! Fujisaki! Oh, it seems a body has been found. Okay, investigation time, everybody. Monokuma, can't you show any decency? You were unconscious when the same thing happened once Mizuno's corpse was found. That little bulletin just now was his official body discovery announcement. Whenever a minimum of 3 people find a corpse, Monokuma runs the announcement to notify the others. Apparently, he wants everyone to have a fair chance at playing detective. Then Fujisaki really is. Oh no, Miss Chihiro. Well, Fujisaki. What the heck? Curse it all. I could not protect her. Why? How did she? Fukawa! It sounded like she whacked her head when she kneeled over. Are you okay? Please wake up. What? How did she jump like that? Fukawa? Whoa! A stiff. That chick's stone cold dead. Dawn thing scared the living daylights out of me. Kya ha ha ha. But what's gotten into her? I think her head's still ringing from smacking the floor, man. Perhaps it would be best if you escort Fukawa back to her room. Fukawa, can you walk? The world is composed of 2 sides of the same coin. Every time you flip heads, you also flip tails. The same goes for truth and lies. Kyahaha. Come on, let's commence the investigation, Kirigiri. We cannot go back and change the past. Remember that if we don't find the culprit in this murder, Monokuma will execute all of us. It's happening again. No way, man. Once was more than enough for me. You, Naegi. Come with me. You may assist in my investigation. By me. I was impressed by your ability to solve Mizuno's case. It gave me the impression that you may prove somewhat useful, hence my decision to choose you. Is this how he asks for help? If so, he's being a total jerk about it. Give this a quick look over. It's a police report regarding a series of unsolved cases. I dare say these aren't generally released to the public. What's it doing in our school library anyway? An excellent question. I imagine the mastermind used his power to obtain it. My own family happened to have a copy of this in our personal library. It is quite authentic, of that I assure you. It details the murder incidents committed by the serial killer known only as Genocide Jack. Don't these cases put you in mind of certain vistas we have witnessed today? Fujisaki was killed by... Exactly, all the signs point to this murder too, as the work of Genocide Jack. Indeed, that notorious unknown killer is here, hiding among us. The following factors were common to all murders. All bodies were found crucified. All bodies were found with the words bloodlust written upon the wall in the blood of the victim. In each case, the culprit employed multiple and distinctive pairs of scissors as the murder weapons. Based on the identity of the victims and the time frame in which the murders were committed, presumed that the killer is also a student. Forensic psychologist's opinion: the disconnected behavior exhibited by the killer suggests an extreme case of dissociative identity disorder. The culprit may be found to have 2 or more personalities, Functioning more or less normally, a Mondo appears in one, but committing these murders in another. Togami, I finally found you. Asahina, I swear, you're as noisy as they come. Please, forget whatever you're doing and follow me. We've got an emergency right now. Fukawa is acting peculiar. She's holed up in a room and absolutely insists on talking to you, Togami. Tisk, here now, show yourself. I've come all the way here just to see you. Togami, I'm sorry. I couldn't keep my promise. But don't worry, it won't happen again. I swear. I won't let Genocide Jack get loose again. Not again, Fukawa. I couldn't hear everything. What was that about I promise? No idea. Perhaps the wrench is delusional. Togami, I've been thinking Fujisaki was killed in the girls' locker room. And don't you need a girls' handbook to get in? You're painfully naive if you're implying that narrows the suspects down to the woman. Hey, as you can see, this is where the handbooks that belong to the deceased are kept. A man could walk right into the girls' locker room, assuming he used one of them. This one belonged to Mizuno, this one was Enoshima's, and this last one, it won't turn on, but do you think it belonged to Kuwata? Yes, I rather imagine it took a few hits during his execution. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, what? Jeez. These aren't your cheap teen accessories. These handbooks are essential elements for carrying out your school lives. Hit with the truck, chuck it off a cliff, they can take it. There's no way some measly baseball could do one of these puppies, or should I say cubs, in. And yet they have an Achilles heel, a weakness that could fire him in a heartbeat. Now don't go making me stress their defect. What are you trying to tell us? Did Kuwata accidentally stumble across this defect? What do you think I'm trying to tell ya? Actually, in my humble opinion, Kuwata's handbook ain't broken. Think about it. Hey, what was that all about? I'm not sure. My head is reeling in confusion, but I'm sure this is where the answers can be found. Are you two guarding the crime scene? Yup. Yeah, ask me, the poor rascal deserves to be shown some respect and brought down from there. But that woman insists on keeping Fujisaki strung up like that to preserve the crime scene. Kirigiri, how's the investigation going? About done. This case is chock full of distractions. Don't let them throw you off. If I were you, I'd carefully examine Fujisaki's body. Victim, Chihiro Fujisaki. Time of death, roughly 2 o'clock a.m. Injury, fatal. Blow to head with blunt object. Appeared to die instantly. That's what the Monokuma file said about a murder. The pose and bind suggests Genocide Jack, but that's a poster of that racy model Diamond Yuka. I know she's a huge hit with the guys and all, but somehow a poster of her in the girls' locker room seems out of place. Yamada leveled up, suckers. But why are you boasting all of a sudden, Yamada? Why not? I found a piece of vital evidence. Behold, it's Miss Chihiro Fujisaki's e-handbook. I added the item to my inventory when I found it in the corner of the sauna. You serious? Yamada, are you sure it's hers? It struck me as quite odd that a handbook was missing, so I went on a quest to find it. And get this, the hunk of junk can't even turn on anymore. I bet the culprit tried to dispose of the evidence. Another broken handbook? What's going on? Does the culprit know the weakness Monokuma talked about? Or is it... I'm sick and tired of waiting on ya. So, what say we dive right into the highly anticipated class trial? Oop oop. I never get tired of this view. But aren't we short one student? Yeah, she's still holed up in her room. Gosh darn that girl. This Hikikomori stuff is so over. She needs to stop living in the 2000s. No! Get up on your feet. Come on, you gotta live your life to the fullest, then die. Naegi, Genocide Jack is a serial killer with multiple personalities. I've dropped more than enough hints. You can connect the dots, can't you? The class trial is now in session. Phew, okay, all present and accounted for. Then let's get this show on the road. Some new facts have come to light, like Tagami showing consideration for a fellow human being. I was about to confuse that kindness for something special when it hit me. Since when was he ever nice? My first stood on end when I learned about the broken handbook. It looks like the culprit has stumbled across the way to break him. I swear, that's the nemesis for all delicate electronics. Even I can't find a way around it. Be careful, your stuff doesn't suffer the same fate in the summer. See ya in 2. Yo Nabio, big mountain like Oyama. I bring the drama. Try to win and you fail. You're dying well. All hope is gone. Now just move on to your death in this game. Monokuma's the name. Call me the same Monokuma. The reasons for the misery, the culprit's history of lies, fabrications to the youth of the nation. But these trials he get me high, you see. Not like smoke or drink. Just want to think you're guilty parties with a hard hit of capital punishment. Punishment, that's what he meant. But till then, ladies, bounce with the bear in his coop and we'll see if you're death proof. I realize the trial has just begun, but I've already discovered the murderer's identity. Are you certain of it, Tagami? How did you figure it out? There was really nothing to figure out, not when the culprit left their flamboyant signature at the crime scene, declaring themselves to be Genocide Jack. It's the heinous killer's modus operandi to lead the message bloodlust written in that of their crucified victim. Genocide Jack? Is that like blackjack? No, that's from Vertical. They did Astro Boy though. What are you even talking about? The detail is regarding Genocide Jack's murders were withheld from the public. Therefore, we are not faced with a mere copycat. No, the real Genocide Jack is standing here with us, and I shall speak their real name. None other than you, Toko Fukawa. But why me, Togami? You promised not to tell anyone. It's Fukawa. What makes you so sure? She said so herself. A few nights ago she came to my room and claimed to have dissociative identity disorder. She lives in constant fear of losing control to Genocide Jack, the fiend boiling inside of her. But the terrible effort to restrain the killer corrodes the shell of her outside self, leaving her cynical and pessimistic. Isn't that how the story went? Yes, you swore up and down that you'd stay Genocide Jack's murderous hand while we are trapped here. That was the promise. Now I know what she said. Fukawa holed up in a room so Genocide Jack couldn't get loose. You gave me your word, but you were just playing me like a fool, weren't you? You were lying about going out with me if I kept my promise. That's on you. Do you seriously believe we'd hook up after flaunting your pathetic sob story? This is the real world, not one of your sappy romance novels. Not that it matters. You failed to follow through on your end anyway. For you just couldn't resist the euphoric high that only murder brings, could you? Come on out, Genocide Jack. You want a serial killer? I'm your best girl. I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack, or if you like, Genocide Jill. Wait a minute. This manga is supposed to be the adaptation of the anime, but it's more like an adaptation of the game. So what if I have multiple personalities, and who cares if one of them just happens to be a serial killer? Would it kill you to overlook that crook? Well, maybe, haha. What the heck? What's gotten into you, Fukawa? Fukawa, don't confuse me with Miss Doom and Gloom, okay? Unlike her, I enjoy my life. I eat, sleep, and love murder. I even make my own scissors. I plunge them deep into my prey. Oh, but I don't mind it on my own flesh either. I keep the tools on the right and the tally on the left. Bet you didn't think I'd done that many men, did you? She's that crazy. We've been living with this bloodthirsty killer. It will certainly explain the grotesque nature of the murder. No, hey, don't look at me. That Lolita was so not my type. I'm not into Yuri. I fail to see how that is relevant. Monokuma threatened to reveal your dark past, I presume. You had to escape here before that could happen. You thought to do so by murdering Fujisaki. You have a motive. Did Fukawa really do it? No, not with those discrepancies. No, killer or not, she didn't do this crime, Togami. Yes, she was left in that pose. Yes, bloodlust was written by Fujisaki. Was killed. But Fujisaki was killed by a blow to the head. All of Genocide Jack's past victims were killed with scissors. Score one for Makoto, darling. As you expect from an elite level killer, I'm a stickler for details. Yes, I only use my scissors, but there's one other thing I always stick it to. Hot, steamy guys. See them buck and twitch as they spurt their blood with every thrust. Yeah, I can't believe I just said that, but whatever, I'm just a rabbit filming BL fangirl. Gotta lay up these youthful memories for when I'm a creepy old fan woman. Taking that into consideration, I repeat, I don't think Fukawa is guilty. But if it wasn't her, who could have done it? I don't even know what to make of this anymore. Are you certain it wasn't her? As I see it, wouldn't this imply someone staged the murder to place the blame on Genocide Jack? Impossible. As I said, What? No, I'm reading. As I said, Genocide Jack's distinctive traits were never made public. And for the record, I can't tie not for the life of me. So I couldn't strain someone up even if I wanted to. Hold up, that doesn't make any sense. It's a direct contradiction of an earlier statement. Togami, that's not impossible. Even if the public didn't know the details, you did. You told me yourself. Your family had a copy of the police reports. Are you saying I was the killer? You better be able to back up that claim, Naegi. You bet I can. You're the only person here who was capable of copying Genocide Jack. Now that I think back, you were acting strange right before we found the body. You made a beeline starlight for the girls' locker room, but normally a guy would check the boys' locker room first. Then there was the rope used to crucify Fujisaki, but it wasn't precisely a rope. It was the extension cord you'd been using in the library, wasn't it? Heh, ha. Bravo, Naegi. Leading you around the investigation was well worth the effort. But what's going on here? I've got him on the spot, so why is he lapping this up? Is it still too early in the trial to determine he's guilty? Naegi, why don't we come back to this later? There are still mysteries yet to be solved by shedding light on them. We should reveal another side of the case. Kirigiri. Mysteries, another side of the case. Actually, there's another detail that's been bothering me. There's a poster in the girls' locker room with a splash of blood on it. I think it was originally hanging in the boys' locker room. I think it was moved to the girls' locker room after the murder. Fujisaki wasn't killed in the girls' locker room. She was killed in the boys' locker room. Are you serious? After committing his dirty deed, the culprit proceeded to switch out everything in the rooms, down to Fujisaki's body. The foul beast was hoping to foil the investigation. Assuming that is true, how did Fujisaki enter the boys' locker room? The e-handbooks issued to ladies only provide access to the girls' locker room. Yes, they do. Remember what I told you, Naegi, to carefully examine Fujisaki's body? Chihiro Fujisaki was a boy. She was a... Wait, sorry. You mean she was a trap? Is that true, Monokuma? Now I know you're all savagely murdering one another, but there's no call for insensitive terms like trap. But yep, Chihiro Fujisaki was a boy. He's even registered as such in his handbook. Aw, I like how he's a true trans ally. Not Lolita, a cute cross-dressing boy? Oh, how I would have loved to get wet with his blood. The revelations continue. This is truly riveting. But dude, even so, how can the Togami still not be guilty? I'm not sure. It might not be Togami after all. Oh, and why not? I saw your face just now when we learned Fujisaki was a boy. You seemed genuinely surprised. I think the real killer would have known. I find your lack of concrete evidence disconcerting, but I'll let it slide. I give you a passing grade. As Naegi supposes, I am not the killer. However, I did find the body in the girls' locker room before anyone else, and I did arrange it in the manner of Genocide Jack. You piece of... You've been messing with us. As I've said before, this is a game, and aren't games best when they're at their most amusing? Haven't you any heart at all? Naegi, focus on the case now. Fujisaki used his own e-handbook to enter the boys' locker room. His e-handbook was found broken in the sauna after he was murdered. Clearly, the culprit tried to dispose of the evidence. But how did he break it? Monokuma, couldn't you tell us? I believe we need this information if you want to keep this a fair trial. Well, shucks, I always hate to shoot down requests from my students. Okay, fine. I'm gonna make a special announcement. The e-handbooks overheat when exposed to high temperatures for prolonged periods of time and could out like you're taking Metamucil. The sauna. But who left it in the sauna? I think I might know. I could see that person carry it into the sauna. In fact, I can't think of anyone else. I figured it out. Here's how the murder took place. The culprit met Fujisaki last night in the boys' locker room, where he proceeded to lash out with a dumbbell. It was likely a crime of passion. It wasn't planned out well enough to be premeditated. The killer wasted no time tampering with the evidence. By moving the murder weapon and bloodstained poster, he sought to dress the other locker room as the crime scene. Then the culprit carried Fujisaki's body there and left it. Simple enough if he had used Enoshima's or Mizuno's handbook. And then for his own reasons, Togami, upon finding the body, made it look like the handiwork of Genocide Jack. Meanwhile, the real culprit disposed of Fujisaki's handbook in the sauna, knowing all too well it would soon become useless in that heat. But how did the killer know that? Because he'd already broken his own handbook in there the same way. The person I'm talking about is Mondo Wada. It had to be you. No, I don't believe it. Not a man of his caliber. Owada and Ishimaru bonded the other day over an endurance contest in the sauna. Owada kept his clothes on during the ordeal. Unless I miss my guess, I'd say he had his handbook in one of the pockets. That's how he found out. E-handbooks break in the sauna. I didn't break a darn thing. My e-handbook ain't broken. Are you blind? It's flipping on. Is that really yours though? Huh? What you trying to say? That maybe you exchange e-handbooks. Maybe you left your book and book in that drawer and took Kuwata's. Monokuma was right. Kuwata's didn't break in the execution. The broken one belongs to you, in which case you're currently using his. Son of a... You're full of it. This is my... Then you wouldn't mind showing it to us, would you? If it isn't Kuwata's handbook, you have nothing to hide. This is absurd. Brother would never kill his fellow man. You made up that entire... That ain't gonna be necessary. How could you say such a thing, brother? You're just joking, aren't you? I said what? Sorry. I messed up. I killed him. You're just joking, aren't you? I said what I said. Hey, Monokuma, do the vote away, okay? But why are you taking this, brother? Isn't he mistaken? Show it to them. Roger that, punks. Please press the switch for the big decision. Round and round they go in a bet of life or death. But whose life and whose death? That all depends on whether you'll choose wrong or right. You nailed it. Mondo Wada is guilty of killing that true blue dude, Chihiro Fujisaki. For the record, you were one vote shy of a anonymous decision. Brother, why? When the word came over you, I'm sorry. Not going there, eh? Then let me start sprinkling the dirt that was in those envelopes. Why did this murder come to pass? The answer can be found in the tragic stories of two young men. Fujisaki suffered from an extreme inferiority complex stemming from his own weakness. Just imagine how he must have felt when I threatened to reveal your embarrassing secret. See, it was all in the way I phrased it. Even though Fujisaki's a boy, he wears girls' clothes. Even though you're a boy, oh, I bet the wimp hadn't heard that one in a while, but he used to hear it all the time. People hounded him with those words ever since he was a little kid on the playground, in the street. Every time he couldn't do this or that because he was small. Now what's a kid supposed to do in the face of this tragic bullying? Escape it, but how? He tried desperately to find some way out of the endless taunting. And one day he had an idea. If he present himself to the world as a girl, then no one would ever say those words, even though you're a boy, to him again. Problem is, chuckle, even if the facade fooled everybody else in the world, it still didn't fool him. And then, this is the uplifting part, kids. Fujisaki had a true revelation. The disguise he wore, it was neither a problem nor a solution. It didn't change the fact he was still weak. So what if he decided to work at not being weak? No way, you're a dude. Oh, please, keep this just between the two of us. I'll get around to telling the others eventually. You see, I've got my heart set on becoming a strong man like you, Awada. So I was hoping you could help me work out. I want to change, to break from my shell as a weakling hiding behind a lie. You know, it's very touching, Kiyotaka, the way you refer to Awada as brother. But once Awada had a real brother, and you see, Owada killed his brother. Daya Owada was Mondo Owada's big brother. Mondo admired his big brother with all his heart. Daya was the whole reason he learned to ride and joined his biker gang. The game grew to become the largest in Japan. Daya led it as its number 1 with his younger brother right behind him as number 2. It was all cool until oop boop boop, dear old bro stepped down and Mondo had to take his place. And what do you know? The gang started dissing him behind his back, talking that he couldn't fill his brother's shoes. So Mondo challenged Daya to show what he was made of. The race was on, but in his desperation to win, Mondo threw all caution to the wind. Shoot! Bro! Bro, stay with me, bro. So don't you dare destroy it. This is a man-to-man promise. As a result, the game fell back into line under the man who defeated his older brother, and Mondo led his game with the strength forged from a lie. A weakling hiding behind a lie, huh? You got a problem with the way I handle things? What the hell do you have me do? The game's history, if my flippant secret gets out. Did I say something wrong? I've always admired your strength, so I don't write. I'm a bad person, and I am strong. Stronger than you, and stronger than my brother. Next thing I knew, he was crumpled by my feet in a pool of blood. And you wanna know why? It was out of nothing but jealousy. I saw this scrawny little kid dressed as a girl who tried his darnest to face his weakness. As I lifted that weight and drove it into Fujisaki, I knew he was stronger than me. In the end, it came down to the promise you made, Daya, didn't it? You suspected me from the get-go, didn't you? What gave me away? You changed the way you refer to boys and girls without realizing it. For instance, I noticed you call girls that woman while calling guys rascal. After the murder, you begin calling Fujisaki rascal, surely an odd term at that moment. That's when I grew suspicious that you knew he was a boy. You're one terrifying woman. Sorry, bro. I couldn't keep our man-to-man promise. Ah ha ha. What'd I tell ya? You kiddos would kill in a heartbeat to protect your dumb, old-fashioned, lame butt memories. And you're supposed to be our shining rays of hope? What a joke. Cheap insult, scum. I dare you to repeat that. Oh, I'll repeat it as many times as I want. But my furry butt's itching to get Owada's punishment underway. We're starting to run out of pages. Punishment? As in the execution? Wait, this was a mistrial. Don't you remember the rule? I've got to punish the killer guilty of disturbing the order. Sorry, bro. I have prepared a special fate for the ultimate biker gang leader, Mondo Owada. No, do not do it. Laugh softly in the face of death before your soul comes to rest. The cage of death. Owada's motive in vandalizing Fujisaki's handbook and switching rooms may not have been to upset the investigation or cover his tracks. Instead, I think he did it to conceal Fujisaki's true gender by leaving his body in the girls' locker room and breaking his handbook. For Fujisaki had confided the truth to nobody else but him. That was Owada's way of keeping the man-to-man promise he had made. Like I said to the kids, the last thing we want is insensitive references. Unless I seem insensitive, why don't I just take a moment to thank the memory of the dear departed Mizuno, who was kind enough to get the murders rolling in the first volume. I mean, at least she tried to snuff Kuwata. I gotta respect that, but it is a crying shame that I went to all the trouble of planting you only to steal your limelight. So much for using you to get the party started. What, you got a question? Who is the 16th high school student? Cough, cough. Answer denied. Totally denied. Fiendishly denied. Gotta keep that secret and reserved. So afraid I can't tell ya that, even if you're all my mole. Surviving students 10. Bye, guys.